Take my hand, we'll make it somehow. We can't miss out. I'm done living life with the lights out. Die with my own doubts. Be free.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to be doing an ultimate evening clean with me. So I'm going to be showing you my evening cleaning routine, things that I typically do every day of every evening, basically after supper. I'm going to start by showing you a quick and easy supper recipe, which is going to be vegetarian chili, super delicious and really healthy for you, and you can make it super quick, especially if you have an Instant Pot, which is what I'm going to be using today. But also I want to mention quickly that today's video is in collaboration with another YouTube friend of mine whose name is Michelle. So make sure you go over and send Michelle some love. She does a ton of haul videos. She does clean with me's. She does so many different types of videos over there, but her haul videos are really her main thing that she does so many of, and I absolutely love them. And plus she's in the UK, so it's just so interesting to me because I'm in Canada. It's always so interesting to see what they have over there, and sometimes I get really jealous because I always want to buy the stuff that she is getting, and obviously I can't because I'm in Canada. So make sure you go over and check out her channel. She's also going to be doing an evening clean with me. Yeah, she is fantastic. Go over, send her some love, tell her that I sent you. And if you are coming over from Michelle's channel, I would absolutely love it if you would hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers here. I am a stay-at-home mom of 2. I have one little boy named Holden who's 3.5, and I have a 3-month-old baby named Dawson who's just joined our family. So yeah, so things are crazy around here. I am from Canada, like I said earlier, and yeah, I do a ton of cleaning videos over on my channel. I do some cooking videos, some mommy content, basically anything homemaking you can find over here. So, but without further ado, let's get on into the video, and I'm going to show you what we're making for dinner tonight.
Okay guys, so I wanted to show you guys what I was making for dinner tonight, and it's just going to be a quick vegetarian chili. Typically I do make this with meat, but I didn't have any unthawed, so I just wanted to go ahead and make the veggie version. So we're going to start out with a can of corn, a can of chili diced tomatoes, a can of 6-bean medley, which you can use whatever beans you like, a can of sliced mushrooms, a can of brown beans in tomato sauce, and a packet of chili seasoning, and a can of tomato soup. So I know that's a lot of cans, but that's what I really like about this meal, is that typically I have all these things on hand all the time in my pantry, and I can just make it for a quick meal whenever I need. So I'm gonna go ahead and just open up all of these cans, and it's just like a quick, easy dump and go meal. I am gonna rinse out the beans. Like I said, you can use whatever type of beans you want. I particularly like to use the bean medley. I know some people might find it kind of weird because there's like chickpeas in there, and that's kind of weird to go in chili, but a lot of this is kind of not your average chili recipe, and this is the chili recipe that I grew up eating with my mom. So it has a special place in my heart. Usually I do have beef in it as well. And usually I slow cook it over about 8 hours on low, but I was really running short on time, so I'm just going to use my fake Instant Pot, and I'm just going to put it on the soup function. It takes about an hour and a half. It's definitely not as flavorful as when you cook it like low and slow, which I mean, that's just going to be the same with anything, right? But yeah, it still was really delicious, and it was a good vegetarian option. So yeah, you're just going to dump everything all into your Instant Pot, or like I said, if you have the time, definitely use your slow cooker and do it on low for about 8 hours. But I'm just dumping everything into my fake Instant Pot, and we're going to put that on the soup function for about an hour and a half. And I like to usually serve it over rice or mashed potatoes. You get some cheese in there. It's so delicious. It's one of my favorite go-to meals that I grew up eating. I know it's like a kind of a weird chili recipe, but trust me, it is good. And I'm also going to just dump in some extra pinto beans and black beans that I just had in my fridge that needed to get used up as well. So you guys didn't see that in the beginning, but I just dumped that in extra. And then lastly, I like to add a bell pepper as well as some diced onions as well, just to give a little bit of an extra kick, something different, and definitely want a little bit more produce in there as well.
I'd rather spend a lifetime on my own than down, whatever. Call me off whenever. I got time whenever now. You look great, however. This can't wait for the better. Let us talk forever now. 'Cause baby, you and I, we lay awake at night, trying to find a light to keep this fire alive. Oh baby, you and I, we can't deny this fight. Oh, this fight. I'm drowning in your arms, still I.
Okay, so now a couple of hours later, we are done with dinner, and I'm gonna go ahead and start cleaning up the kitchen. So I have to obviously put away all of my leftovers and get my dishes done. And we ended up having some sliced up kiwis for a little dessert afterwards. So I've got a bunch of stuff to put away, and then I'm gonna go ahead and get to the dishes.
I bring you down whenever. Try to find a clever way to say that I'm better now. You look great, however. This can't wait for the better. 'Cause now I got a clever mind. 'Cause baby, you and I, we lay awake at night, trying to find a light to keep this fire alive. Oh baby, you and I, we can't deny this fight. Oh, this fight. I'm drowning in your arms, still I want it all. 'Cause I deny it, deny I am. Drowning in your arms, still I want it all. 'Cause I deny it when I'm good.
So before I unload the dishes that were already in the dishwasher clean, I am going to go ahead and wipe down the countertops. That way I'm setting all of my clean dishes on top of clean countertop, of course. We don't want to be setting clean dishes onto a dirty countertop. So I'm going to go ahead, clean that off, and then we're going to unload the load that's already in there, because of course throughout the day I did have a load going as well. And then we're going to load up with all of our separate dishes.
He got me high above, like the sun by the moon, he's a star. Baby, I'm lighting up, like a fool, it's true, it's true. He's making me blow my mind, and I can't stand the thought of being without us. I'm being honest, y'all, I'm being honest. We just do what we do, ain't no joke about love. He's the one that I die for. Dance along side by side, can't believe that he is mine. We just do what we do, my love, my heart is beating even faster, faster. He got me feeling like I'm ready for anything, look at me go. Oh, my love, my love, my love. He got me feeling like I'm ready for anything, look at me go. Oh, my love, my love, my love. He make me feel like, oh, the type of fire that burns.
I like to always make sure that I'm cleaning out my sink at the end of every night, because if you don't and you just leave things all getting all stuck on there, then it's almost impossible to get it off the next day. So I always like to make sure that I do a quick wipe down of my sink so that I don't have stuff just like stuck and sitting there overnight getting stuck on there. And it's just gross the next day.
For dance along side by side, can't believe that he is mine. We just do what we do right. My love, my heart is beating even faster, faster. He got me feeling like I'm ready for anything to get me go. Oh, my love, my love, my love. He got my love, he got my love, he got my love. He got my love, he got my love, he got my love. He's making me blow my mind and I can't stand the thought of being without us. I'm being honest, y'all. Yeah. He's making me jump from high ground, keeps catching me every time I fall. He got me
Okay, and so finally I had just a few more dishes. I went and had a look in the living room because that's where we're going to move on to in a little bit, but there was still some dishes in the living room, so I had some more. I thought I was done, but I had some more that I had to go in and load in there. And now finally my kitchen is done. I'm going to light a candle, and I'm going to have problems lighting this candle, as you guys can see. So pro tip, if you're like me, I hate using a lighter and I don't know how people just light candles, so I always use a toothpick, and it's so much easier to do it this way. You're not burning your fingers. But this candle is Vanilla Snowflake by Bath and Body Works, and I always like to run a candle in the evening. It just like kind of helps to kind of like soothe me, calm me, and just make me feel like, okay, my kitchen is clean. I've got my candle going in there. It's just so nice and cozy. So this is my after of my kitchen. It is nice and clean. And now we are ready to move on into the next part of the video, which is going to be taking a bunch of stuff downstairs. I had all of this stuff ready to go downstairs, and I always have to laugh at my boyfriend because he spends so much time downstairs. And I always like pile things by the stairs, and you would think, you know, no matter how many times I tell him, okay, if stuff's sitting here, it means please take it downstairs. And he comes up and down those stairs probably 50 times a day, and it still sits there. So let me know if your partner is like that as well, because sometimes, yeah, it drives me nuts. But anyways, we still love him, right? So now we're going to move on into the living room, and I always like to make sure that my living room is nice and tidy for the next day as well. Just because, you know, like when my son wakes up, if there's already a mess, it's going to be starting out for a bad day the next day. So I like to make sure that all of our kind of common areas are clean. That way in the morning, I mean, it's going to be a new mess for sure, but it's not going to be mess on top of mess. Because if you guys are new here, I do have a 3-year-old, so definitely we do a lot of playing throughout the day, and there's always toys everywhere. But if you're just leaving it out overnight and then they wake up and it's already messy, it's just going to get worse, and then you're going to have an even harder time cleaning up the next day. So definitely take those 10 minutes and just tidy everything up. Yeah, and my couch always needs to be made up. So I feel like I make up my couch probably 40 times a day, and I don't know why I even have throw pillows on there, because they just always end up on the floor anyways. My kids think they're floor pillows. And I definitely like to give a good vacuum as well. It just, once again, just like the candle. Like the candle is my kitchen thing, and vacuuming is my living room thing. Once it's vacuumed, it just looks so much better, and I just feel like, oh, okay, this room is complete now. It's like the finishing touch.
I just, you and I, every crazy summer night, baby, I am coming home. I'm coming home. Longing for you, pick up the phone, catching a flight, I'm coming home. Back to the place.
And here is my lovely finished living room. It's so cozy. It's ready for me to just curl up and watch some YouTube. I still have some kids shows on there. Like my son is in bed already. My 3-year-old is in bed, and I still have kids shows going, because that's just what you do when you're a mom. You just all of a sudden you realize, why am I still watching this after they're in bed? So now I'm going to go ahead and just quickly give my table a quick wipe down from supper. And then I have a load of laundry that needs to be folded as well. I try to stick on somewhat of a laundry routine. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see kind of a daily laundry routine when I don't have things piled up, because sometimes I let it pile up and it's crazy. But I do try to get done at least one load of laundry a day, and I typically will fold in the evenings, and I'll just like be watching, you know, whatever trash YouTube I can find that day. I typically only watch YouTube. Sometimes I'll find a Netflix show or something, but for the most part I watch mostly YouTube. So this is just kind of my time where I can just relax, kind of turn my brain off, and my other son is in bed and my baby's probably sleeping anyways, so it's just kind of some me time where I'm just gonna fold everything and just kind of turn my brain off. So I'm gonna go ahead, get that all folded up, and a lot of it is my son's clothes, so I'm gonna just end up putting it in a basket and I'll put it away in the drawers tomorrow, because I don't want to chance going into his room and waking him up, of course, so we can just leave that for the next day.
We've been in two places all at once. Wish that what we said would come undone. Feels like our minds have been turned off. Haven't seen each other for so long. I know this isn't us. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body move to every move you make, and I can feel the tension every time we're close. I know whatever happens, I will have you next to me. 'Cause tonight we have it all. We're dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really hope that I was able to give you some inspiration. Make sure you go over and check out Michelle's channel and tell her that I sent you. I hope you guys are having an awesome day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.